Your guard, he's here. Western Kentucky, Laurence Seymore, All-American, right? Second team, first team, All-American.
Hey, first of all, that's a good football name.
Yeah, I know it is. And we're about to chat about him. But first things first, head over to Inside Texas. Join for just one single dollar for new members. We'd absolutely love to see you over there. Come hang out. I'm sure the board will be excited on this one, man. All right. So what happened, Eric?
Well, they kept a lot of they kept their options open. Well, first of all, I think part of the holdup here is there's going to be some work to be done to make sure he's got a year of eligibility left. We can't bury the lead there. He's got a pretty interesting career. He's at his third school, about to be at his fourth school, and he is signed. So Texas signed him with the understanding. I'm sure there's contract language to protect Texas in the event he doesn't get eligibility. But per the agent, they are confident that working with Texas in compliance, that they will have another year of eligibility. Now, I still want to figure out what the reason is. He had a straight red shirt his true freshman year at Miami. Then he played sparingly his second year at Miami. He signed. He was recruited by the Manny Diaz his final year before Cristobal came in, and then he goes to Akron. Yeah. His first year, Akron 2023, he doesn't play at all, and that's kind of curious for a guy that would rise to this sort of level. He plays more in 2024. But still not a ton. He goes to Western Kentucky, lights it up, and now he's in the portal. But again, we have to figure out how the eligibility is going to work, although we can report that they feel comfortable. And Texas wouldn't have signed him. I don't think Texas would have I can tell Texas feels confident by them signing him to begin with.
Yeah. So first things first, just numbers. 6'2", short on the shorter side. I'm okay with that. If you can play, you can play. And then 320 pounds. So no issue in the weight there. He was going to be he's a left guard for them, number 50. I was looking over his tape for like a couple seconds before. Squatty guy, but his pass sets were nice. And you would think immediately, run blocking build. He has a really good pass blocking grade, 82.6. He only gave up 8 total pressures on the season, and only one of those were a sack.
Hey, being on the shorter side isn't a huge problem. It could come down to arm length. DJ Campbell's not tall. But had 33-inch arms. You're kind of looking for 33-inch arms there. At that's ideal to start compensating for lack of height. Height and length don't always correlate. A lot of these guys are a lot different than we are, and so I'm sure he has long enough arms. He's from Miami, the Miami area, so you could see them maybe taking a flyer on a guy that didn't quite have the measurables, but he was at Miami. So I mean, he's good enough for them to take him. I'm not too worried about the arm length. I'm sure it's there, but also playing interior guard, he's going up against guys a lot of times his same exact size. I'm not worried about that. The nightmare, I'm not sure the nightmare is over. I'm still going to have PTSD. But yeah, I'm glad they got a guard. Let's that next one's pretty funny.
Can't believe Eric was pissing his pants last week.
Boy, I caught some flack for that one behind the scenes too. But look, I'm still not a fan of the process overall. This guy could have been signed 2 weeks ago, right? So you're a week and a half ago. But I'm happy they got a guy, and I probably should have trusted them just a little bit more. I mean, but come on, you read the internet every day long, it's going to get to you.
Yeah, it's not a positive place. Okay, so like I said, really good pass grade.
All right, so come on, get that comment down. Come on now.
No, here you go, Eric. Just flash it. Strobe effect. All right. So we get a good pass blocker, which is weird. You would think a shorter guard would be a little, a nasty run blocker, but not necessarily. He's not a bad run blocker. 63.9. I think it's pretty average. So that's solid. But hey, man, if you can get him to block. And this to me the move. I've only watched like legitimately 4 reps before he came on, but this to me doesn't look like depth. It looks like a move to actually have a right guard or a left guard, and then have your potentially move.
Yeah, I think he's going to play right guard. He'll flip over, and I think Brandon Baker will play left guard, and then you've got a really a dynamite pass blocking left side between Gooseby and Baker. And then, I think Siani's going to be a pretty good run blocker on the right side. You pair this guy there, you got a little bit of size with both those guys. And it makes a lot of sense that way. But the fact that he's a good pass blocker kind of ties right into what we were writing about this morning. It's going to be a much better pass blocking offensive line than what we saw this past year. Some of that's athleticism, some of that's moving guys around, some of that's bringing in Siani. Some of that's just flat out experience. This guy had played 840 snaps last year. There is a lot of tape on him. So yeah, this is I mean, I'm not saying it's exactly what they needed. But I think they do need it. It helps reinforce depth. It helps reinforce competition. I'm a little bit more excited about than I'm probably showing right now.
This is a good one for me. It's not just, pure depth, which I'd be like, great, but where's the starter? And I think this is the starter. Quick accolades from 2025 for him. Football Writers Association of America All-American second team. 2025 Phil Steele All-American second team. 2025 Phil Steele Conference USA All-Conference first team. All-Conference USA second team. Conference USA Offensive Lineman of the Week for October 6th, and then another award for Conference USA Offensive Lineman of the Week in August.
Yeah, so you're starting to see the talent, Matt. A lot of these guys, the talent's always there. It's about whether or not timing, development arc, all these different things. This kid, he was always a talented kid coming out of Miami. If you sign with Miami, you're good enough, even the years when they're down. So it sounds like you put it all together. I need to dive into the tape. I want to the text messages are cracking me up. I want to dive into the tape. I want to get some other people's opinions on him as well. But yeah, it sounds like a starter. It sounds exactly like what I thought they were looking for, right? Like they could have taken Talik Lockett, who ended up at Maryland. And I'm not saying Lockett is better than this guy, but it's kind of like they just go find a surefire starter, and then everything else is going to fall into place. You have a very predictable starting five now. And as I said, depth gets a big shot in the arm with this addition. Now you don't have to force one of your young guys into action. I do feel good about the Coleman twins long term. I feel good about Jackson Christian long term. There's things that you can do with Andre Kojo if he comes back healthy. Jaden Chapman needs to compete. Jaden Chapman, maybe he wins a spot. I don't know. But this removes a lot of the unknown for us, a lot of the mystery. Now we can figure that stuff out and catch our breath and say, okay, right. If those guys don't develop, they're still perfectly fine.
Yeah. Does he have eligibility? We open with that up front, but the quick version is what, Eric?
Well, the quick version per his agent and per just basically connecting the dots, that they're optimistic that, through working with Texas compliance, they're going to get eligibility. So I don't think Texas would have signed him if they didn't feel good about that. And also it's, the players can pretty much do whatever they want these days.
Yep.
I mean, On3 just put Tristan Chambliss on their All-American team for next year, and it's not even, they have eligibility. So player, it's a player-friendly climate.
Where can I find information on best players available still in the portal? You can go to On3, go to their portal, and then you can sort by literally, I think it's called best available. And then from there ranks. So that's a way with the On3 tool to find out by position who are the best available guy. All right, we got a bunch of questions about the eligibility. We've answered that twice. Eric, any final things? We're actually about to go film another offensive line video that's gonna come out later. But before we hop off here, any final notes?
No, I'm just
I can see you're just oozing excitement, dude. So I'm glad how hyped.
Well, my mind is on work mode right now. I did a little fist pump after Joe called me. We got the text message from the agent say, "Hey, look, sign with Texas today." And we're like, "Okay." Joe's calling me up because he's caught us off guard. We knew they had some irons in the fire. We didn't expect it to be a guy that had been known for so long. So, I am excited. I want as much fun stuff to cover this offseason, and I want a much less apprehension and anxiety in the fan base. And right now, there's way too much anxiety in the fan base. I guess we could probably talk a little bit more about that in the next video. Hopefully, this reduces that level a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Every comment, we try to just talk about the bright side of like, look, the running back room is much improved. Like, doesn't matter. Offensive line doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Coleman's good. Doesn't matter. Offensive line. So that'll be nice.
It's the new Godwin's law. Godwin's law dictates that every political conversation devolves to somebody being called Hitler. Yeah. Every sports thread on IT right now devolves to somebody calling out Kyle Flood. So it's very similar. Hopefully this dissipates that.
All right. Well, head over there and see if it gets better for us at Inside Texas. Join for just $1 for new members. We'd absolutely love to see you over there. And then, of course, I'll watch more tape of this here guard, and then I'll tell you more of what I think. But right now, looks like a solid move. Everyone in the chat, have a great day. And then tune in for an hour or two. We'll drop a more holistic video on the offensive line. Later, y'all.